5:38 left to go in the first half. Storm lead the Sun by a score of 37-23. Sue Bird, Lauren Jackson, and Swin Cash will be signing autographs on 2010 championship Wheaties boxes at QFC, 5th and Mercer, Sunday, August the 14th at 1 o'clock. Boxes will be for sale. Space is limited, so arrive early. Mark your calendar for Sunday, August 14th, 1 o'clock at QFC on 5th and Mercer near Key Arena. Chip Hanauer being honored here at Key Arena. You're probably not familiar, not being a Seattle native, you're not familiar with Chip Hanauer. He is, if not the greatest, one of the greatest unlimited hydroplane drivers ever. And he's from here in Seattle. And
cool.
Of course, Seafair this weekend. The Hydros are going.
He just got put on the spot, literally. He was on, the spotlight was on, and he's on his cell phone, focused in the moment that he hears his name. He puts down the phone like, oh, man, okay, hi. Now that was being put on the spot.
Tina Charles misses both free throws and another offensive rebound for the Connecticut Sun. They have got 6 on the game. If Seattle would secure these rebounds, they might have put this game away already. Here's Tina Charles going up against Eva Coburn. That one's no good. And another offensive board tipped out to Carol Lawson. 7 offensive rebounds.
Tina Charles struggling tonight, 1 for 6.
Montgomery driving around Coburn and Bird, throws one in to Tina Charles, who makes a great catch and then puts it up and in. What hands by Tina Charles.
And great fundamentals. Post player not bringing the ball down, keeping it high, and finishing with the layup.
We mentioned the starting guards for Seattle. Tanisha Wright and Sue Bird, 8 of 10, 21.6 boards, 4 assists. The starting guards for Connecticut, just 1 of 5, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Sue kicks it over to Katie Smith, who gets a great look at a triple. And everything's going down right now. Everything looks so smooth with this Seattle offense. They're 7 of 11, and Connecticut turns it over again. Sue goes behind the back, ball loose on the floor, gives it up to Tanisha Wright. Seattle at 68% from the field. Sue, catch, fire, 3, hit! It is all good tonight at Key Arena. 43-25, an 18-point lead. Timeout, Mike Tebow. Things looking really, really bad for the road team tonight.
Well, the Storm, great chemistry. They're doing all the little things. It's not all off of offense. It's sharing the basketball. When Connecticut makes a double team down on the block, the Storm make them pay. They make 2 passes out of the double team, which beats the double team, and they're getting wide open shots and making them.
Biggest lead of the night, 43-25. We'll be back after this. This is Storm basketball. All Seattle as they look to go 8-1 at Key Arena this season. They lead the Connecticut Sun 43-25. Still a lot of time left in this basketball game. You got 2.5 quarters. Hey, fans, celebrate a decade with Sue Bird on Saturday, August the 13th at 7 o'clock. The first 4,000 fans will receive a limited edition Sue Bird Decade bobblehead courtesy of Virginia Mason. Get your tickets today at stormbasketball.com and be part of it. Dick Fain and Dia Barnes with you. Thanks for joining us tonight on KPTK as well as NBA TV. The Storm looking to put up easily 50 points in the first half. I don't think that will be too much problem. We'll see how deep into the 50s they can get here in this first half. They have 43 already. Dan White skips a pass over the top to Kalina Green, goes right in at Eva Coburn and puts it up and in. Nice move. Kalina Green's a nice player.
A very good young player. He's explosive, can shoot the ball, great offensive rebounder.
I really like this Connecticut team. I mean, as much as they're getting handled tonight by Seattle, I think they have an outstanding chance, if not the favorites, to win the Eastern Conference Championship, both in the regular season and in the playoffs, and advance to the finals.
Well, I'm talking to some of the staff from Connecticut. You know, they're one of the best teams that hasn't won a championship, because every year they're still really good, solid, one of the best, and they never get that huge pick. Other teams are bad for a couple years, and then they're awesome later.
These two teams met in the 2004 WNBA championship, and Seattle won it in this building. Turnover on the Storm. Tan White has it now for Connecticut. Dumping it low, Tina Charles working on Coburn, and a 3-second violation on Connecticut. Their 6th turnover. Seattle has 8.
And Charles held to 4 points, 2 for 7 from the field.
What's amazing, though, is that Seattle has capitalized on these Connecticut turnovers. They have 12 points off the first 5 Connecticut turnovers. Seattle 7 turnovers. Connecticut has not scored. That is amazing. With them in the corners, Tanisha Wright. Checked by Tan White. Going baseline, feeding Katie Smith. Had a wide open shot. Instead, she kicks it back to Swin Cash, who traveled with the basketball. She stepped behind the line before putting it on the floor. I think Katie was surprised she was so wide open. All she needed to do was lay it up and in.
Well, and that's the Storm. They're making the extra passes. They're finding extra people. And Swin Cash just has to be ready to shoot that.
Here's Renee Montgomery, a little hook shot over Coburn. And people are scoring on Coburn right now. They're going right at her and putting it off the window. And Brian Agler's had enough. He's going back to LaCoe Willingham. Smith inside Swin Cash, and she walks again. So I spoke too soon with 4.5 minutes left with the Storm at 43 points, saying that they would easily get to 50 because they have not scored in the last minute and a half. They've turned it over twice. They got 10 turnovers for the first half. Really one of their only negatives of this first half.
So the 2 adjustments that Brian Agler is going to talk about at halftime: taking care of the ball, not simple turnovers, unforced turnovers, and the offensive rebounds.
Montgomery splashes one, and all of a sudden getting to have a game again. It's an 11-point contest, 43-32. This Connecticut team too good really to be blown out of any game. And Brian Agler wants to take a timeout. It's a full timeout. 2:27 left. We'll take one as well. 43-32 our score. Storm by 11. This is Storm basketball. Welcome back to Key Arena. Seattle basketball, 10 on the shot clock, and another turnover. Sue Bird tries to feed it inside to LaCoe Willingham. Turnover number 11, 6 in the quarter. Connecticut on a 7-0 run, trying to add to it here. As Renee Montgomery works against Tanisha Wright. High post now to Griffin. She drives in, going right into traffic and puts it up and in. And we got ourselves a single-digit ball game, 43-34. Potential of a 10-0 run here for Kelsey Griffin and the Connecticut Sun.
When Kelsey Griffin first came in the game, she had a tough time defending the post. They were scoring easily on her, but then on offense, she steps out. She's versatile, playing the 4, but more like a 3, and has 7 points off the bench in 11 minutes.
Griffin has it and fires it up and in. A 10-0 run. It's an 8-point game. Seattle scoreless in nearly 3 minutes.
The Storm have not been as good inside with Ashley Robinson out of the game.
She's got 3 fouls, so she has sat a good chunk of this second quarter. Here's Sue from 17. That one's up off the mark. Swin Cash right there for the hustle rebound. Puts it up on Kelsey Griffin and gets tied up. Swin had it again and put it back up and in, but they're going to say a jump ball before that second opportunity. It'll be against Kelsey Griffin and Swin Cash.
One of my pet peeves about overseas international basketball, those jump balls are traveled. It's amazing overseas, a huge adjustment, yeah.
Having a conversation with LaCoe Willingham, not sure why, whether she was fighting for space with Tina Charles or what, but LaCoe will come out of the game to be replaced by Camille Little. So it's Little, Cash, Smith, Wright, and Bird. A very small Seattle lineup right now. And the jump is won by Swin. She gets it to Sue Bird to start things off. 1:38 left to go in the first half. 16 on the shot clock for Bird, coming right to left, and she is bumped and fouled. But that's only the second foul on Connecticut, so they can be aggressive here over the last minute and a half.
I like this decision that Brian Agler made. He put Swin Cash at the 4 to go against Kelsey Griffin.
We've mentioned how Cash can guard any player at any position. It's amazing. And she can go at any player at any position. One of the most versatile players this league's ever seen. Here's Camille Little. Nice step-through move between 2 players and puts it up with the right hand and in. And that breaks a 3-minute scoreless slump for the Seattle Storm. Montgomery. Checked by Bird. 13 on the shot clock. Nearing the 1-minute mark. There's Green now into the corner. Griffin. Triple threat going at Cash. Top side, Green again from 17, no good. See if Seattle can run off this rebound. Swin's trying to, but nice defense by Kelsey Griffin staying with her. Back up to Bird. Sue puts one finger up, gets a screen from Camille Little from left to right. Hibbity hop into the lane, back out Katie Smith, buying some space for herself and floats one up and snuggles her home from the right elbow. Katie Smith makes it 47-35.
Katie Smith is back.
Here's Renee Montgomery just feeling it right now. Montgomery really struggled in the first quarter, but she's now 4 of 7 for 12 points.
Wow, 3 points below her average already in the first half. She's doing everything right now for Connecticut.
Inside 30 to go here in this first half. High-low into Camille Little, gets the ball stripped away. It's loose on the floor, and Connecticut has on the turnover. They'll play for one. So the Sun did an outstanding job holding Seattle down offensively over the last 4 minutes of this first half. Seattle's only going to score 4 points. They led at one point, 43-25. It is a 13-4 run here to close. They'll try to add on to it. Charles from 8. That one's up and in, and they do add on to it. A 15-4 Connecticut Sun run to make this a basketball game. Seattle 47, Connecticut 40. We'll be back with some of the numbers, and then we'll send it to our studios for the halftime show. Coming up next, this is Storm Basketball.